Hi, everybody. This is Jeffrey. This is Red Color. And this is the full moon reading for August 19th. It's full moon in Aquarius, so it's on the Aquarius Leo axis. And yeah, that's that. And I always have announcements, so I'm just going to start with it. Nancy Jean from Nancy Jean's Garden and I are going to be offering our tarot classes again. Super excited. They start on September 10th through October 8th. I don't know what day of the week that is. I'm sorry. I think it's a Monday in the afternoon, like the late afternoon. 6 weeks intensive. It's both me and Nancy. Between the two of us, we have like over 50 years of reading cards. It's really fun and really informative, and you get printouts that you could use. We go through all the cards. I go through the Fool's Journey. We go through spreads and practice together. In fact, people from our past classes have a Zoom that they get together and they practice together, because the best way to do it, the best, you're going to get better and better as you practice. All right, so that's my big announcement. Still raising money for the cataracts. There's a GoFundMe below. Okay, now the energy of the full moon is adjustment. So I listen to the trees. I go to the park. It's really expansive and really foresty. It's not, concrete. And I was laying down, as I do, this time near the ducks. The ducks are so weird. They're so funny. And the energy was, adjust yourself to situations as they are. Don't try to force your will. So it's like, it's like finding the right space on the couch or in the bed. Right. This is the right space for me. Oh, I have a living room. I have my favorite chair. I have my kitchen. I have my favorite chair. I have my favorite pajamas or whatever it is. They like adjust. Okay, so I have my favorite pajamas and they got a rip, so I have to throw them away. So I have to adjust. Either get a new pair or sleep in another room, or like be flexible, be adjustable. Almost like, what do you have to show me? But what challenges are in front of me that even though it might not be the most comfortable, how can I grow? That's the energy. And I'm doing it before the full moon. Yay, hooray. Yay. All right. And I'm excited about the tarot classes. It's been a while. And last year we held them twice and we had a lot of students and it was really great. And we're really happy. September 10th. Okay. Okay. King of Cups, Hanged Man, the Star. Okay. The King of Cups is the great listener. He is the great listener. He's the diplomat. He's the great listener. He's been through emotional turmoil, but he still has time. He still has his heart. He has a lot of compassion. So the energy is really about listening to yourself, listening to your inner guidance with compassion, right? With compassion. Sometimes, I think we're all really hard on ourselves. I mean, I think that maybe that's part of the human thing. And then, you have a friend and, something didn't work out for them. And, you're there to listen. You're there to comfort them. You're there to be kind to them. You're there to offer them a helping hand in whatever way. And sometimes I don't feel like we do that enough for ourselves. So I think that's the energy, right? Because it's the Leo Aquarius axis, right? So Leo is the heart. And it's like, so if you've been watching me for a while, my little message has always been, the underlying message is, how can I love myself more? And as you don't do or don't know, I have Airbnb booking out of this apartment, and I always have guests. Not as busy as I was in New York, but that's okay. So I have a guy staying with me who's really lovely, and he's really into physical exercise, right? And I have a really big roof, so he like stretches and stuff. And I started stretching, and I was watching him do it, sitting there reclining. And it was like, this is how you can love yourself more, love your body more, right? Because it's not my go-to. I walk a lot and all that, but to like stretch. So I've been stretching. No, it's not a big deal. Sometimes you make it a big deal. It's like you have a sink full of dishes, and then you make it into like, oh my god, the dishes, and then you start doing the dishes, and then in 5 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever, the dishes are done, and it's like, okay, I feel better. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, it's too much problem. Oh, just listen to your heart. Listen to what makes you feel good. Okay, and follow that. Listen to what's the most loving thing you can do for yourself. Uh-huh. And then I have the hangman. The hangman is a really interesting card. So he sees things upside down. He pauses. There's an element in that card. It's hard. I sacrifice myself to my light. I sacrifice myself to myself. I sacrifice myself to my soul, to my higher guidance. And I'm willing to give up what no longer works for me. What, you know, it was an old way of doing things. It doesn't really work anymore. And I'm willing to give it up so that I can see things and experience things in a more spiritual light. That's what's going on. So, your heart informs your spirit. Like, I'm ready to change. I'm ready to receive more love. I'm ready to be more loving. I'm ready to be more kind, more diplomatic with myself, and through that, the world. And I'm willing to give up whatever stands in the way of that, a doubt, a fear, etc. And then I have the star, and the star is about new hope, new inspiration, blessings from above, um, intuitive guidance, hope, inspiration. So I talk about meditation a lot. And the past few weeks, my meditation has just sort of dissolved. I mean, I still connect every day, but it's not as ritualized as it was, and for a long time. And I just kind of observed it going away. It's just, I don't know, it just stopped. It's almost like, you eat a certain food that you really love, and then you get to a point where it's like, I don't know, I don't really love this anymore. So it's not to say I'm never going to eat it again. It's like it becomes a smaller part of my diet, say. So I've been waiting, and then this guy shows up, and so now I do my prayers, and as I'm praying, I'm moving around, stretching, um, and that's slowly becoming a new reality. And it's like I let the space be clear for a while, and that's what came. And so I'm doing it. Am I going to do it forever? Oh, am I going to, I don't know. All right. Yeah. She's very self-reliant. The lady in the garden, she's about wealth, she's about gain, but she's very self-reliant. That's the real key to her. That's the real key. And she's very comfortable in her home. The little snail is here somewhere. So it's like I take my home with me, and my home is my soul, and I take that with me, and I let that inform me as to how I can make things grow, right? Because she's a gardener at the end of the day, too. Look at this. Wow. Um, that's Isis, and she creates out of the chaos and out of the light. And she's really about choices. And at the end of the day, it's all a choice, right? Every single thing we do is a choice. And because she's a two. And it feels like the choice has been made or is about to be made, or you're in the process of letting go of old habits, thoughts, belief systems, fears that will bring in new inspiration that you can tend to, so that your dreams become more prominent. You know, just like there's information in the trees, this is what I'm getting. Just like there's information in the trees for me. So if the trees are the living physical symbol of the earth, you know, the trees or the plants or whatever, you could, I mean, you could go talk to the river too, or a mountain or whatever. Then, you know, my body also has information, right? If I'm of the earth, and a lot of times, like spiritually, our roots are in the earth, right? The tree is what grows, and then, you know, it opens up to heaven. And that's where it, you know, flourishes through the light. So my body has information too. So I ask my body, well, what do you need to eat? How much do you need to sleep? You know, what makes you feel healthy, loved? And that's why I go to the park so often. Okay, another two is a beautiful card. A lot of times it's about a relationship, but a lot of times, you know, I read cards in a way that it's really every card is you. So I don't really read so much as, you know, oh, this is the person in your life or the people. You know, I don't really read that like that so much. So this is really about meeting one's higher self and offering love to oneself and receiving love from oneself back, right? And the healing and the balance come through that. I'm very calm today, very calm. I hope the sound is good. I have a microphone, but it, you know, works. It doesn't work. I don't know. Yeah, look, card of Leo comes up. This is the card of Aquarius. This is the card of Leo. It's perfect reading. This is really about summoning one's own strength, gathering one's own courage, allowing spirit and the eternity, right? Because if these are both you, right, this is your physical self, and this is your spiritual self. And she's taming him, right? His tail's between his legs, and he's willingly opening his mouth. She's not prying it open. He's saying basically to spirit, lead me, guide me, help me to know my heart, right? And help me to know my eternity. Beautiful, really beautiful. Uh-huh. And, you know, sometimes I read this as subconscious or not yet formed because it's in the dark, but it's also this card of creativity, financial creativity, right? And also, like, there's an energy of community. There's an energy of people coming together, working on the same, you know, they all want to get the church built. So they all bring their skills to it, and that's their job, right? And everybody does their little job. So that's about, like, you know, maybe collaborating with people to build some sort of community, finding your tribe in a way. Yeah, more community, giving and receiving, being in the middle, being in the middle of the giving and receiving. In other words, I made some money doing this, whatever it is, and I take a piece or part of that, and I say, okay, you know, I've been supported and I want to support, or vice versa. Okay, another six, lovely. This is a really lovely card. It's like kind of perfect with this reading. It's another six, so, you know, I like to read numbers, but I don't have a lot of one number yet. I have two, but not three. That card is about I'm loved, I'm supported, I'm seen as a leader. I allow myself to be seen as a leader. I allow myself to be victorious. I allow the support to come in. That's the energy. Really nice. There goes the phone. Aha, another two. Okay, so this two is really interesting. So this is my third two. Twos are about choices. This was the past, and it was really fertile, and it grew, but there was a limitation to it. And now I'm looking forward into the future with all these opportunities that I have no idea where they're coming from in a way. Like I have a goal and a dream, but you keep on spinning the globe, and it's like I thought I was going to end up here, but I ended up here. When I was a kid, I used to spin the globe and say, okay, this is where I'm going to go, in my head. And you always end up in the Pacific Ocean because it's so big. But I mean, in the middle of it, very rare that you end up on an island. You have to keep on spinning. um, and here it's like, okay, I have my creativity and my passion in hand. It's based in love, but it's really versatile. It's really adaptable. Like it could become a baton, it could become kindling, it could become part of a raft, it could become a mast for a sail, become a lot of things. Right. Don't limit yourself to right? Yeah, I have a second king. So he's about like really taking the responsibility and owning his passion and owning, like, what is it that really makes me So, I do a lot of different things for a living. And I've been teaching and I've really been helping people. And that makes me really feel good. I really like to help people. Like I'm really good at it. That's why I'm a host. Like, I'm really good at holding space. That's why I do healings. That's why I do tarot readings. That's why I'm a teacher. Well, you can get a job online and sit in front of the computer all day. Oh my God. No, I can't. Um, so my passion, on the most general level would be to interact with others and to enhance their experience in whatever that is. Okay. And I dropped the burden of the past. I just did this card um, on Tarot Tuesdays. And it's like there's something that's complete. And maybe what's complete is what it feels like, at least for me. And, I don't know, it's just the way I read cards. Um, uh, all the burdens that I've carried need to be let go, and like a fresh slate, a new body, a new information, new experiences, new passion. Let it grow. It's a little bit like the garden. I talk about the garden a lot. You buy certain plants and you think, oh, this will definitely happen. And then it doesn't. Or then you buy another one because it's like, well, it was, 2 for 50 or whatever. Like, okay, well, that one's interesting too. And that one ends up flourishing. Like, oh, I never really quite know what's going to grow, what's going to continue growing, what's going to continue to flourish, and what is going to come to its end, and something new comes up. So it's like allow it to happen. Yeah, and that's how you're going to welcome in new thoughts and new ideas. Lots of new ideas. So you know what it feels like? It feels like adjust, but don't limit yourself, right? It's like, okay, I always sat on the couch, let's say. And I always sat in this corner of the couch. And now either I get new furniture or I rearrange the entire layout of the furniture. And it's like, I used to really like to sit on the couch, but in, my pajamas. And now I like to sit in this other chair or on the floor in, you know, something else, athletic wear or something nice. Like, yeah, I'm adjusting to something new. I'm allowing myself to be in a state of uncertainty, to be in a state of uncertainty and sit and wait and listen to where I'm being led, to uh, calling in the right experiences, calling in the right people. So, you know, I the teaching thing, for instance, I joined all these sites, and one is more, they're not worthwhile. Oh, you can make this much money. It's like, no, you can't. In theory, you can, Um, and then I was working for someone, and now I'm working for myself. And then this one recommended, and that one recommended, and it's turned into something. And then one of the places that I did apply, I let go because nothing had happened, and then somebody got in touch with me, and the key was that I was willing to do it in person, because it's like online, it's fine, but to learn with somebody in person, especially a language, is much more helpful, and I'm willing to do that, and I'm in the middle of the city, so that worked out, and we'll see what else happens. We'll see what else happens. Like, that's where I'm at, because I keep on trying to force my will towards something. It's like, oh, this is definitely going to work, and then it doesn't. And it's like, okay, well, my feelers are out there, so to speak, and my experience is out there, and we'll see what happens. We'll see. So I've been doing events on the roof, and they were good for a while, and now they seem to have slowed down. And maybe it's time to give that up for a while, or make a new type of event, or like that. Like, listen and then act when it's the right time. All right, I'm going to throw a few more cards, and then September 10th, don't forget. And I love to teach, and Nancy loves to teach, and we're both good teachers. We've been doing it a long time. All right. I'm going to throw three more. Yeah. Go to a place you've never gone before confidently. Go to a place you've never gone before confidently. I mean, that's basically the energy of the card. It's Cancer. It's really intuitive. He's like the lieutenant for the emperor, and he's going into the starry sky. He's going to a place he's never gone before, but he's got confidence, and he knows how to like work his energy. Sometimes you use the dark, sometimes you use the light. There's a rock on the road. I'm gonna have to go around it, or I'm gonna take another road, or blah 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 blah. But I'm gonna get to my destination because I'm confident. And then the love of spirit comes through in this beautiful, beautiful. It's such a beautiful card. It really is. It's this nourishment. It's a spiritual nourishment, intuition, health, messages. Spiritual messages, healing. There's a healing that comes through. It's like, okay, because I'm willing to drop the burden and go on a whole new space. It's almost like there's a space in your heart that's opened up. It's almost like you're in some sort of cavern or something like that. And then you press on the wall, and all of a sudden this other whole cavern opens up. Like, oh, yeah, because the space you're in wasn't big enough, and you push it open, or you abracadabra it open, and then like the vastness of your heart comes through. That's what I'm getting. That's really nice. That's what's on offer here. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, the heartache is done. And sometimes, like, let's say you're in this cave of your own mind, body, soul, spirit, heart, and you've looked at, and you've gone through all, or maybe you keep on recollecting the heartache, the pain, the blah, 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 blah. And it's like there comes a day, it's like, let's say you're depressed, then there comes a day where it's like, oh, I've laid in bed in these same pajamas for like a day. It's like, enough is enough. I've got to get the hell out of the house. Like, that's what it feels. Feels like, yeah, I've got to see some sunshine. I've got to see some flowers. I've got to expand myself. I've got to challenge myself. I have to summon my courage. I have to call in the right people. I have to be willing to exchange and share. And that's where it's at in the future, not in the past. All right, away we go. Do I ever read an order? No. Okay. Yeah, I'm ready to get on the road and drop my burdens. I'm ready to move into somewhere new that's more hopeful and more intuitive and more exciting. So I'm not going to take anything I don't need, right? I'm gonna pack correctly. so that I could be light on my horse and be supported without carrying all this baggage, is what I'm getting. So that new inspiration can come through. I'm willing to let go of all the things about myself, emotional, mental, spiritual, physical, that no longer work, and listen to my heart so that I could live in abundance and follow my dreams to heal myself in a new way, that is inspired by this great gift that's available to me. Okay. The heartache has only led me so far, and I'm done with that energy. I'm allowing all this new opportunity and new messages and fertility to come through. And I'm going to take responsibility and take a hold of it in a supportive, loving environment that's balanced, so that I can build the tribe and the community that serves me. And I certainly have the strength to do it. I have the strength and the courage and the wherewithal to do it. There's been a change in my passion, and I'm not involving myself in chaos anymore. I have the high ground and the confidence to let go of the past and move forward into the future. Here you go. And I think that the number that I have the most of are twos. So this is a 7, a 5, and a 10. There's a 9, there's an 8. Here's a 2, a 2, a 2 in the middle of the reading. Yeah, I mean, I have another 10. I have some 6s, but it's 2s. And at the end of the day, it's always our choice. At the end of the day, no one forces anyone to do anything, right? It's always a choice. So do I choose to live in the light? Do I choose to let go of the past and move into the future? What do I choose? And sometimes it's scary making new choices, but so, I mean, if we don't challenge ourselves, we don't grow. All right, so please join Nancy and I for the tarot class. I offer private readings, I offer healings, moment to energy. And I have beautiful artwork for sale, et cetera, et cetera. I have a lovely full moon, do a little ritual, whatever works for you. I change them every month. And blessings. See you soon. Bye.